prayer plants got their name because of their leaves movements. Like in the day, they are like this. And in the night, they do like this, which is like praying in the night. So the prayer plants are not the easiest to take care of. That's why we are good plant parents, because we started off with a really hard plant. We actually now have 40 different types of prayer plants. Hey guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Sam from Among Cerna, also known as the plant Kiddo from the Philippines. But before we proceed with our video, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below what our next video should be all about, and watch some of our previous videos. So today's topic will be all about prayer plants. So if you hear roosters in the background, that's our neighbors. Just if you hear them, like that one.
Wow!
So prayer plants are known nowadays for their very intricate patterns and their lovely foliage.
Wow!
And they got their name, prayer plant, because of their movements. Like they like to move. Like in the day, they're like this, and if you watch them carefully, they'll slowly move like this, like when you pray in the night.
Wow!
Prayer plants got their name because of their leaves movements. Like in the day, they are like this, and in the night, they do like this, which is like praying in the night.
Wow!
They don't get that much water and sunlight since they live in a forest floor. So they do these movements to save water,
Wow!
because in the day they will collect water, and in the night they will store it to save their water. So you might have noticed, behind the prayer plants, you can see purple or maroon, or sometimes whitish. So you can see that. It's because it's actually a sunlight saving. It's for sunlight saving. So so when there's sunlight, it will go to this, and the back part, this one, it prevents the sunlight from going through it, and instead it bounces it back to the leaf. So that way they can get more sunlight. So they do this because prayer plants, the natural habitat of prayer plants are in the forest floor, so they don't get that much light. That's why they have this feature of theirs, which saves so much sunlight. If you notice, if you leave this plant on more low light, the back portion will get darker, but in highlight, it will kind of fade away. Let's move on to our basic plant care tips. So the prayer plants are not the easiest to take care of. That's why we are good plant parents, because we started off with a really hard plant. We actually now have 40 different types of prayer plants. Even though they're hard to take care of, if you get to know them, everything will be easy. So you just have to know how to take care of your plants. So watch this video and you'll learn more about prayer plants. So for sunlight requirements, they would usually like low to medium light, and it has to be indirect, or else they will get brown edges or tips. So that's why they're very famous indoor house plants, because they can handle low to medium light. And that's my baby brother, baby love. Because not every house has lots of light. That's why it's really famous, because it can handle medium to even low light. And remember, low light does not mean no light. It means it's an area where you don't need artificial light but you can still read a book. So for our soil mixture, since we love being in a moist soil, we use 50% carbonized rice hull, 25% cocoa peat or cocoa moss, and 25% perlite.
Wow!
Water requirements. Calatheas, they don't like to dry out, but at the same time, they don't want very wet soil. So you have to keep it moist. Based on our experience, Calatheas like to be watered every twice a week. If you don't know how to water plants, you can watch our video on how to water properly. So prayer plants, they really like high humidity. So that's why every night we put them on a cool misting humidifier. So if you don't have it, you can also place pebbles on a tray and then water it every time so it will evaporate into air. You have to put pebbles on a tray because if you place it directly into the water, they will get root rot. And you don't want that happening to your plants. But if you made a mistake, you can watch our video on how to cure root rot. So, for fertilizer, they would like organic and gentle fertilizer. Because if you use harsh fertilizer, you will see there will be brown edges. So what we use, we use Osmocote. But make sure you don't put it on the stem, near the stem of the plant. Because if you do, it will probably kill the plant. Or simply just burn their leaves. So, after repotting, you do not want to fertilize it immediately. So, you should probably wait at least 1 month. So, they'll get used to their new soil, and after once they're used to it, that's the time you should place the fertilizer. So, we also use diluted sugarcane blackstrap molasses, and make sure it's diluted. So, watch our video on how to properly water your plants, because there we will be showing you how to mix your fertilizer and make it diluted. So, will your Calathea survive in aircon? No, they cannot. So what will happen is their leaves will curl. So you might be wondering why they curl their leaves. It's because that's how they save their moisture from evaporating. So, for example, if it's on a really hot window or in front of an air conditioner, their leaves will curl up to save the moisture. If you want to know how to solve curling of leaves, you have to humidify it so it gets more moisture. So you can either place it on a humidifier. So you can put it on a humidifier, or you can place it in your CR, your laundry room, or the bathroom, because those places are known to have the most highest humidity. Or you can place it on an incubation medium, but Pinoys call it ICU. So usually they would put a plastic on top of it. But for us, we place the pot and a microwavable container like this.
Wow!
To keep a high humidity in it. So, you might be asking, how do you propagate your Calathea? So usually they would like to be propagated by root division.
Wow!
So most of us have this question in mind. Can you propagate a prayer plant in water? So we did a little experiment, and guess what? The answer is yes, you can actually propagate prayer plants in water. Some prayer plants can actually be propagated in water, like, but most especially the Marantas, like the Maranta rabbit trap, or the Maranta or the red Marantas, and some types, and I think some types of Stromanthe, but we are still not sure. Calatheas are very expressive plants because if they're happy, they will shoot new leaves, and if they're sad, they'll start to curl up. It's basically like they're humans, but they're plants.
Wow!
They're really expressive in their emotions. So if you see them curling, or you see there's brown edges, or the plant's browning, that means it's not happy. So you must find out what's wrong with the plant. So prayer plants, they don't like changing in environment. So they don't like adjusting from one place to another. So if you see your plant is thriving in one area, don't change its location. So if you don't keep it in an area and you change its location, they will probably kill or lose some leaves because that's their way of adjusting to their environment. If you notice that your plant is losing all its leaves, don't worry because you just have to keep taking care of it because eventually it might shoot up a new leaf. So don't throw it away, just keep taking care of it. So Calatheas also like being grouped together with other Calatheas. So if you see a lonely Calathea, it's just one and it's getting it looks sad. Put it next to a group and it will get happier with each other. So, I guess that's it. I hope you learned something new today. So, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. So, hit the notification bell so you will never miss one of our videos. And you will be notified when we will publish. And watch some of our previous videos. Thanks for watching. Bye!